Hello there. I'm Coach Kimmy, and I just want to share with you about the energy bus. This is one of my favorite books. It's so much fun because it's really talking about the energy that we all have, that we all live in, either negative or positive. It's just like when you listen to music that makes you happy or you listen to music that makes you sad. Just watch this movie Hustler with Adam Sandler, and it was about this young boy that was a basketball player, and it was easy that if somebody next to them wanted to get into their head and say mean things to them, that it would instantly change their vibration and their state of mind. Like they could be so good at playing basketball, but if somebody said something to them like about their mother or their daughter or something to just egg them on purpose, like instantly a word could shift and change the state that you could become angry and your emotion can take over in a second. So this is really about you trying to learn how to disconnect from those things and how to have desire, vision, and focus to help you turn your life and your direction into a positive energy, into a positive state. So even when somebody says something negative or bad to you, or something that hurts your feelings, or something that you take defensively, you could just disconnect because you're so strong inside. You're so filled with positive energy. You don't have to allow that energy vampire or that dimmer that wants to come around you. Or sometimes I even say it, a trash dumper. Do you ever have that? Like somebody just comes to you and starts dumping all their trash, all their negative toxic on you? Get rid of toxic people. Guys, we need to protect and put boundaries around ourselves. Fill yourself up with good energy and control your attitude, right? We have full control over our attitude and our behaviors. However, the environment you find yourself in could influence you for a good behavior or a bad behavior. Even friends, right? Birds of a feather flock together. So it's really important to know that first you have to get filled up with a real positive energy. Then your energy could actually transfer into somebody else because maybe you're lifting them up out of their despair or their pit or their wrong mindset, right? We have lots of friends that go through panic, worry, fear, stress. But we have to realize that when our brain is running on overload, fear and stress and all those things will actually start to imprint like daily. So the more that you keep imprinting those emotions, which is energy in motion, the more your body's going to get used to it. So what do I mean by that? So if you just stay in a constant state of fear will absolutely control your mind. It will control you so bad, you will have such anxiety and stress that you won't know how to get out of it. I'm teaching you right here is how to get out of that state. Now listen, because you've allowed that state of mind to stay in your mindset for maybe days, months, years, like the longer you've allowed it to control your mind, the deeper an imprint it's going to be. Like think of a hand mark when somebody's pouring cement and they either put their two hands in that cement or they put their feet in that cement. Now listen, the longer you've allowed that emotion to take control of you, the deeper the imprint will be. However, you can still change that imprint. You absolutely can change the negative to a positive by shifting the mindset. Every day you have to say affirmations. I'm enough, I've always been enough, I'll always be enough. You change all the worry and fear into different words, right? So fear, you can say false evidence appearing real. You have to talk to the conscious mind, which is the one that's present, to say, I'm fine. I'm getting better and better every day. I'm getting healthier and happier every day. And you say those things every day. Affirmations will start to give you a new imprint. The more you say them, the deeper the imprint gets. Now listen, your autopilot might be so filled with so much negativity because it's been imprinted for such a long time. However, you can make new records, like record yourself saying those good things all day long. Like, just keep it in your mind. Like, I am a winner. I've always been a winner. I'll always be a winner. So when the autopilot of the negative is going on and saying things like lying to you, telling you to worry about something, telling you to fear something, you have to bust that negative mindset, banish it into the Black Sea, and start telling yourself good things. Now listen, we have to talk to ourselves every day. It's a constant, continual battle. Now, no matter what, your brain is already talking to you all day long. So you either have the choice to, remember, you're against yourself. It's really you you're fighting against. It's not anybody else. Not that other people don't, of course, put those things in us if we have allowed them and we haven't put boundaries down around ourselves to say no. No, you can't get on my bus. No, you can't have space in my head. No, you cannot, influence me for bad because I'm going to disconnect and separate from you, right? Because that's what we need to do, separate from people that don't serve us. And most of the time, our own thoughts don't serve us. So we have to disconnect to the thoughts that don't serve us and create the ones we want to serve us. So I always think of a record. You learn songs really well through records, right? And you play them over and over and over again. Or tapes. Any kind of music that you love, you'll continually play it. Repetition, repetition, repetition is the mother skill of mastery. And that's how you put a deeper imprint into your brain. So let's go to the next one. The goal is not to be better than anyone else, but rather be better than you were yesterday. Now that is a great affirmation. I am getting better and better every day. I am better today than I am yesterday. Like, just keep saying it. If you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. That's by Henry Ford. Now listen to that. I'm going to slow down and say that again. You're going to hear me always repeat stuff. Even if I did chapter 1 and chapter 3 and chapter 9, it doesn't matter. I'm going to repeat the same things in all the chapters, like little things that you need to be imprinted with so that you don't, I want to say so you remember. I don't want to say so you don't forget because that's more of a negative. I want to say so you remember, right? We can have luxury language, change our negative language to a positive. So you want to listen to this again. If you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. So ask yourself that question. Do you think you can? Or do you think you can't? Whichever one you think you're going to be or do and have. So remember that you can. Remember, your positive energy and vision must be greater than anyone and everyone's negativity. Now that one's one to screenshot, to put it on an index card, put it on your rearview mirror, put it on your bathroom mirror, on your wall. Like, I would even get a marker that you can kind of erase. And I would literally put this in a lot of different places. I'd put it on your phone. Your positive energy and vision must be greater than anyone and everyone's negativity. There's a lot of negativity out there, isn't there? We have to protect ourselves and put big, huge boundaries around ourselves so that negative energy doesn't come into our field. And I want you to close your eyes for a moment. I'm going to take you on a little journey in your imagination. We are going to put a cylinder around you. I want you to put your hands wide out and put a beautiful flower of your favorite kind in your hand. Or if you're a guy, put a beautiful rock, like a really cool rock that can float. Because remember, we're using your imagination. You could do whatever you want in your imagination. Now put one hand up to the top and put another flower or a rock, a beautiful gemstone or rock there. Then you're going to do one at the end of your feet, right at the bottom of your toes. Just put another one there and then put your hand in front of you and then put another beautiful rock. Now you're going to see these floating. Okay, so you put one in front of you. Now you put your left hand behind you and put another one, a gemstone, a beautiful rock that floats, and or a beautiful flower, depending on what you love and what you want to visualize as something floating all around you. Remember, so there's two, one on your right, one on your left, there's one above you, there's one by your feet, and there's one in front of you and one in back of you. So they're all floating. And you are going to take a laser beam of a line and connect them all. And that is going to be your cylinder. That is your safe place. This is a place where you get to be you, that you get to know what you want out of life, that you get to know who you are, that you get to love yourself well, that you get to dictate your own life. You're the driver of your own bus, you are the CEO of your own life, and you are the captain of your own ship. And you are the creator of your thoughts. Just so you know, when you have a lot of old thoughts in that subconscious mind, it doesn't matter because you get to create the new ones. You're the creator of your thoughts. You can take your thoughts captive by the renewing of your mind. We are going to renew your mind and give you and create a miracle mindset. Always use that visual of you being in the cylinder of boundaries. These are boundaries that don't let anybody else in. This is your safe space. You're allowed to have your own identity. You're allowed to have your safe space and your safe place. So that is something extremely important for you to create for yourself. That's the beginning. That's your number one, I want to say, boundary. You're beginning to know that you're valuable enough to have your own safe space and your safe place. So just think of that cylinder anytime somebody's coming at you or you're feeling emotional, unstable. Go to that safe place and then create I want to say like a beautiful song that you can instantly play that would give you comfort, that you could start to breathe, to calm down your emotions if you're upset about something. It's really important to find that safe place, and you can even create a safe place as far as closing your eyes and seeing yourself like in the presence of God or in the presence of people that you know you trust, that you love, that care about you, or a place that has nature that makes you feel comfortable and safe and that you can connect to. But you've got to create it. Remember that. I can create one for you if you'd like, and if that's the case, then you just let me know and I will help you create a safe place. Okay, so now the Energy Life Action Plan. Identify who else needs to be in your life to help you implement the action steps that you will achieve the goals and the visions that you and your team have set. Right? So this is if you're in a work environment and you need to set some goals and some steps and invite them into your life, or good, happy people that need to be in your life. It's important that we, have people that lift us up, people that are energy givers, not energy takers, people that want to add value to us and we could add value to them. We always want a healthy inter-mutual relationship. It's a give and take, guys. If you have a friendship and they just take, you are going to be so off balance. You're going to be empty. You're going to be drained. And it's not going to feel good. You're going to be depressed, anxiety, stress, and a mess. Let's take your mess and make it your message to lift you up, to shift your mindset, to change your vibration, change your energy, change your state of thoughts. And you can do it. Think about it. Every struggle and every challenge, every adversity brings you closer to your true self. Why? Because then we at least try to seek help, right? And who are we? We go deeper. And sometimes you have to be broken down to the point where you feel powerless in order to discover your ultimate power. Sometimes it's when you're finally at the end of yourself that you're like, I've had it. I'm going to kick these people out of my life. Instead of being abused or being taken advantage of, those kind of things, you can shift that and learn that you have the power to do whatever you want. You have the power to be so strong inside that you need no one except God. Like, to me, you need a higher power in order to stay super strong. But the more self-confident you become by knowing that you have somebody so much bigger than yourself that loves you, that cares about you, that is always for you and never against you. There's more unseen forces out in this world than there are seen forces. So remember, your ultimate power comes from those unseen forces, which are our intellectual mental faculties. And I memorize them as rim whip. So I'm just going to give you a little tidbit of it. I'm giving you some extra little things. So you might want to write them down for sure, because I'm going to say them over and over again, and I'm going to teach you upon them. RIM WIP, R-I-M, and then W-I-P. RIM is your reasoning mind. I is your imagination. M is your memory. That's RIM, and then WIP. W is your willpower. I is your intuition, like your gut, and then P is your perception. So those are your intellectual mental faculties that are unseen, but those are your ultimate power. That's how you get power, is from using those faculties. And they're your intellectual mental faculties. All right, so don't waste your good energy on those who don't respect you or value you. Let them get off at the next stop. Just get rid of people quickly if they're not serving you and they're going to go against you. And then, of course, guys, have faith, man. Faith changes everything. It's when you hope in something to believe that there's really somebody there for you and not against you. If you have the desire, you also have the power to make it happen. Believe in yourself, guys. There's something to say about believing in yourself and building self-confidence. You can't give what you don't have. And remember, confidence comes from knowing you put the work into it. Whatever energy and effort and time you give to yourself for your goals, for your dreams, for your visions, is what you're going to get out of it. So put the work into it and your confidence will come in whatever area you want. So choose to be optimistic. It feels better. It will uplift you. So change your negatives to a positive. Use your unseen forces, which is your perception. You can change that perception to make it better. Use your willpower. Use your imagination, guys. Remember to keep yourself safe in that cylinder. Keep yourself in a great place. That cylinder's all around you. And create a beautiful, safe place for yourself. So it's a happy place when you go to it. When I was at a retreat one year, I remember just being in a very low place and feeling depressed, feeling sad, and feeling like my mom and dad didn't love me, and it hurt bad. And I remember going out on this dock, and I said, God, if you're real, then I need you to show up, man. I need you to let me know that you love me, and you're going to fill all the void that my mother and father couldn't love me. And you're going to fill that void inside of me, because it just felt like a big gaping hole inside my heart. I felt unloved, unwanted, unvalued. I had lots of emotions going on that were controlling me. And I'll never forget, God always met me, though, wherever I was, and whatever questions I asked, He always met me. So I go on this dock, and all of a sudden this big, gigantic white swan comes right over to me and literally put its wings out, full span wings of this big, gigantic swan, and looked right at me. I got scared. I kind of backed up a little bit, but I felt like it was God. He heard me. Do you understand? He heard me, and I could just say, "Oh, the swan just by chance did that." But listen, I just asked the God of the world, the universe, billions of galaxies He made, to meet me. I needed Him to fill me up and show me a sign that He heard me, that He would fill my needs and my wants and my desires. And let me tell you, that swan, I knew it was God putting His arms out saying, Kimmy, I love you more than all the sands of the sea. And underneath are my everlasting arms that will never let you go. And let me tell you, it shifted my mind to know that I could always trust God. Listen, who in this world as a person can you really trust 100%? I don't know anybody. Because you know what? Everybody's human. Everybody has fault. Everybody messes up. Nobody's perfect. But God is. So God is somebody I always count on 100%. And you know what? I've learned to count on people 80% because I give them 20% permission to make mistakes. And I don't hold them in such high accountability that they're never going to mess up and they're not going to be there for me. And listen, they're gonna. People are going to always hurt us because they're human, just like me and you. And we're going to hurt people too because we're human, just like me and you. But God is supernatural. He's the super conscious mind that lives inside of you, that is always for you and never against you. It's your choice to believe, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this. This is Coach Kimmy here. I love to transform and change the mindset from negative to positive, to give you a miracle mindset to know that you are worthy of love, of value, of caring. And I hope that you have a wonderful day. God bless.